How's it going, guys? My name's Graeme, and this is Shadow of the Mask. It's a demo for Shadow of the Mask, a new game that's out on Kickstarter right now. It's about halfway through its campaign. Point-and-click adventure game. Thought I'd give the demo a whirl, show it off for you guys, help myself and you decide if it's something you're interested in backing.
Boiled down to good and evil. Things seemed easy, calculated even. It was a dance, a game, an eternal chess game whose outcome would determine the lives of millions without them knowing. But white always won. Until that day. That day would change everything. That day marked the end of the golden age of superheroes 14 years ago. I was just a child who watched the news as if watching the best fiction show ever written. Now things are very different. The old heroes were hunted down, and the use of superpowers is a crime, sometimes punishable by death. These are the crimes my department investigates, a special police division detached from the militarized groups that control the force. That way, we can make sure that suspects are treated with the justice they deserve. We live in a dark era in which only a few recall with yearning the times when heroes ruled the skies.
Come on, Alanis. We have work to do.
The Golden Age left behind a legacy of technology and a broken world ruled by great corporations run by former supervillains who do evil within the law. This world lives under the shadow of the old masks that superheroes once wore, unknowingly awaiting their return.
Okay, so as that was unfolding, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, this isn't an entirely new concept, like The Incredibles, Watchmen, the idea of superheroes being forced underground, but the idea of the age of superheroes leading to, like, this crazy technological advancement and then suppressing superheroes. It kind of seems like people are left with all this technology that they don't know what to do with, that it's kind of falling apart now without the support of the heroes. And I really like the twist of the villains weren't thrown in jail or anything. They just, like, lead the businesses now, which is interesting. A lot of people already have a lot of tinfoil hat stuff about, like, corporate America or just the corporate world in general, and now all of a sudden it's literally being run by supervillains. I'm pretty interested in the concept, actually. My initial draw to the game is the art style. I just really enjoy this art style, but now we got a solid concept to back it up. Welcome to Shadow of the Mask. Before we get going, let's go over some tips for gamers. I know how point-and-click things work well enough, I should hope, that I shouldn't have to bother. So this is Alanis, our character. I've never been very good at driving, nor having my own means of transport. If I had a car, I'm sure the upholstery would be full of cigarette butts and the back seat filled with empty coffee cups. Lucky for me, this car is maintained by the department. If I was in charge of its maintenance, I can only imagine what sort of a mess we'd end up in just by turning the ignition. Edric, what you got to say, Edric? I like the design of their mouths there. Very Adventure Time like. How's it going, buddy? I'm concerned, to be honest. I haven't slept a wink since that explosion last night. We've been patrolling nonstop and we're nowhere closer to finding out who's smuggling Agami H in the city. I've got a bad feeling about the recent fires, and now our department gets an urgent call? Work just keeps piling up. Last night's explosion. What could cause that kind of explosion? I'm not entirely sure, but as the sky lit up, one name immediately came to mind. Inferno. Yes, but that can't be right, right? At least not publicly. No, he became a model citizen. But be that as it may, no evidence against him was ever found. Come on, Edric. I know all about your hunches. Something's up. Is that why we're going over the tapes of the incident with Inferno and the Great Man? Not entirely. I was looking for clues about the fires from these past few weeks. I get it. I've thought of it myself. They match Inferno's MO. Perfectly. What about the Ogami H? I agree. I'm not too happy either about these cases popping up all over the city about stoned kids discovering untapped superpowers because of a drug. Not at all. Ooh, so anyone can become a superhero. Look at the way his mustache noodles and wriggles around. That's fantastic. It's like procedurally generated mustache movements. Some of that was pretty weird looking. I keep thinking about what you said on the last raid. Not having to fill a ton of paperwork every time one of these punks gets arrested would be far more efficient. Since when do you listen to me? That's new, Edric. I'm serious. I know, that's what worries me. What are you getting at? I'll tell you later. Right now we should focus on the task at hand. How about the city fires? Do you think those fires are the work of one of ours? There might be a metahuman involver, but what's the point they are trying to make? It's because of the accident. Could this be Inferno? We've already been over that. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe someone is starting to unleash their potential, courtesy of Ogami H. I don't think so. If it was an isolated incident, we could entertain that possibility. Besides, you wouldn't have been revisiting Inferno's case if you thought otherwise. I have been considering the theory of the Inferno copycat. It's an interesting theory, Alanis. Inferno has been out of the picture for a while, but he could have trained someone. He did have a fair share of followers back in his supervillain days. How about this urgent call that we've been putting off while we sit here and idly chit-chat? All these things we probably could have said in the car. What did the call say? Not much. Just the place and the need for the Department of Superhero Crime to be there. That's it? Look, Alanis, if I'm being completely honest, as of late I'm surprised they called us at all. Well, I'll talk to you later. Presumably relatively soon, because I think we're partners. I think we're working this case together, so I doubt you'll just disappear. Look at the weirdos. Oh, it's the weirdos is the store. I was going to say, nothing looks that weird about any of that. The window at Weirdos showcases the best of their wares. Hydrogen collectors, exact replicas of weapons from the Dark Army, the unauthorized biography of the Great Man, and many other trinkets. How about this trash can? There's always going to be things in the trash can. It's easy to forget the poorest neighborhoods in the city don't have advanced waste disposal systems. Oh, so this is archaic. The smell, not so easy. His goofy little eye narrow there. Don't be a hero, or else you're going to get stabbed and bruised up and cut up. Oh, I wanted to investigate the graffiti before I left. I want to see what Alanis had to say there. Don't be a hero, huh? In poor neighborhoods where it was believed that revolts are more likely to spark, some street gangs, something missing there, well paid by certain corporations, spread messages of terror and submission. Don't be a hero, don't start any trouble, or we'll come for you. We'll report you, backed by the full weight of the law. I wanted to see what was back over in this corner before I totally abandon this. Yeah, this guy. I want to go talk to that guy, and then I'll worry about the new area. Maybe I can't actually walk back into it. Maybe I can only inspect it. I've always liked the smell of landing pads. That mixture of oil, the heat of the asphalt, and a gravitational turbo engine create a unique combination. The cargo zone reminds me of the loading docks we raided last week. Boy, did we seize a good amount of Ogami H. Of course, the Department of Superhero Crime received zero praise for it. You guys are kind of shunned, hey? Well, I guess we just head off into that new area. I think... Do I have like a little gem of clue finding, maybe? Maybe it lights up when I'm near a clue. When you get especially close to a particular clue. Doesn't mind which crime it's for, just a clue in general. How about this cat, though? He's got a nice stretch going on here. Weird noodle arm, the same way as that guy's mustache. Felinus andorium, genetically modified to be freaking adorable. What about these kids with their crazy... Are they doing like telekinesis hands with their marbles? Gravitational gauntlets. Another one of the many technologies that crime fighting brought to our society. The first designs are the work of the scientist / adventurer, Eden. Oh, I thought it was a scientist whose name was / adventurer, and I was like, that's a sweet name. No, he's a scientist and adventurer, name of Eden. Okay, so there were... Actually, there's no real indication of any of the superheroes or villains were superpowered. They might entirely be technological based, and that would go more hand in hand with the idea that the technology of the world advanced with the age of superheroes because they were trying to, like, I don't know, like an arms race between the heroes and the villains. Not much is known about their origin. What we do know is that our engineers managed to unlock all of their potential. We use them in construction, transport, even as a means of entertainment. Let's talk to these little kids. They look like they're having fun. Hey, kids! Niños. Hey, you punks! Nope, they just not a word. Well, I guess if you're not going to respond to either of those the only two things I could have said to you. Try our giant size menu, bigger and tastier, but without the extra calories. All XXL menus come with this micro hives that take care of the fat before it attaches to your system. I like the sounds of that. Just binge, indulge yourself. What about the devices? Mercatech's latest dimensional transporter model is out now. Cleaning your house just got as easy as it gets. Transport the vacuumed matter to a dimension inhabitable for dust mites. Keep away from children. Children. All Hollow news stations can talk about tonight is that strange flash that lit up the Emerald City. All of Emerald City. An explosion of unknown origin that brought light to the city's calm darkness. Oh man, there's like androids. Oh, he's a Metabot. Are both of these bots? No, that guy's like a person, right? He's some kind of alien, I guess. A couple of aliens. It looks like, I guess I should have realized that. There was that guy in the cargo zone who was definitely just not like a regular human. Thought maybe he was just a weird, trashy, homeless man who was kind of green. It looks like Zeet is into the latest gadgets. This Metabot is not exactly cheap. It even includes one of those modern molecular scanners with state-of-the-art lenses. Well, is Zeet a buddy of ours? Do we know Zeet? That guy doesn't look shady at all. We'll just leave him to whatever it is he wants to do. Perhaps some of the biggest advancements of our civilization, apart from contacting other races, were achieved in the medical field. Techniques like advanced cellular regeneration or nanobot implants for the physically impaired were just the start of it. Man, they really dove deep into like the sci-fi side of this game, which I'm pretty excited about. That's, I don't know a lot of games that are deep sci-fi without being, I don't know, like galactic adventures where you're hopping around worlds, trading, like, what are those, like, galactic trucker simulators or whatever, and I'm typically not interested in those games. I'd rather have a story-focused sci-fi game, so I'm really into that. Guy in shock. What do you got to say? Looks like this guy's seen better days. I should wait for him to feel better before I go bothering him. Well, let's talk to Zeet, see what is going on with this dude. Morning, Medical Officer Zeet. Detective Alanis, your being here is not a good sign. Were you at the crime scene? Obviously not. This man was, however, but you'll have to wait for me to be done with him. The analysis I'm conducting may not yield precise results if... I'm feeling better, Doc. If he keeps blabbering his mouth, bloody hell. Now I have to start all over again. Isn't that your cue to start talking then? Nope. I just restarted the process and I won't interrupt my work for you. Now, Zeet, you gracefully arrogant bastard. Can I at least ask you some questions while you're at it? Can I refuse to answer? I'm busy, Alanis. Oh, you can. I'll just ask them again later. What's wrong with this dude? I'm paraphrasing a little. I could tell you if you let me work. Will you tell me when you're done? Of course, but only because you're asking. My job doesn't usually involve reporting to the police. How long have you been here? About an hour. Man, do you take your time? We just got dispatched. I thought this was quite recent. Something very wrong must be going on in that alley if they had to call you guys. Why aren't you helping at the crime scene then? Do I look like a forensic expert to you? I deal with the ones that are still warm. Still warm. I think you get along better with the dead, though. Aren't you a barrel of laughs? What are you analyzing? Is it contagious? Yes, very actually. You should get away while you can. Like 1 or 2 blocks away, just in case. Good one, Zeet. Seriously, what is it? I'm not sure yet. I think he's in shock. He did find the body, after all. His skin shouldn't... It's never... His skin! Please, try to calm down and shut up. You really think you're not cut out for forensics? Although, you are so annoying, even a corpse might complain. The feeling's mutual, Alanis. I'll talk to you later, then, Zeet. Fine by me. I really look forward to being in your annoying presence soon. Some onlookers, a weird devil lady, and a weird jittery robot who, like, his legs were definitely designed to be too small and too weak. Morbidly curious, fueled by an unhealthy drive to see the macabre with their own eyes, to have it etched in their minds forever. Specifically, this guy, I mean, he like hardly has eyes, but presumably he could store memories away forever. He has a little fez, though. He's got some nice fashion sense, this robot. Humans, aliens, interdimensional beings, we're all the same at the end of the day. What about this detective? What have you found, detective? Detective Andrew Maker, an old acquaintance. Well respected within the department back in the day, he worked as a private eye on android-related cases. His service became so valuable that he was hired by the Force and ended up as head of the Robot Crime Division. Robot crime. Oh, for a second I thought he had a Hitler stash, and I was like, well, he's clearly evil. But no, it was just his lollipop sticking out of his mouth for a second. Detective Maker. I thought that this was a superhero crime situation. Any androids involved? Oh, Alanis, Edric, I was hoping you were working this case. Always a pleasure. Yeah, formal greetings here, formal greetings there. Come on, Maker, spill the beans. What's going on here? Why does it feel like we're the last ones on scene? Because you are. At first, forensics thought this had bionic written all over it, but after examining the crime scene, they ruled it out. Technology is yet to build an android capable of applying enough force to rip the space-time fabric. There's only one person we can think of with such an ability. That's why we're here. The only plausible subject is a Class 1 metahuman. Is the breach under control? Yes, technicians acted fast. Turns out, after 2 years without incidents, safety protocols are still pretty efficient. Anyway, the rip is the least of your concerns in this alley. What else should I be concerned about then? First of all, some of the guys from the containment team look funny to me, and I believe they cleaned up more than the rip. So you think someone sent them to destroy evidence? There's no time to lose then. I think it's a bit too late for that. You arrived last to the scene, after all. Perhaps I'd better take a look around if I'm late to the party anyways. Perhaps you should ask those people. Before waltzing into the crime scene, you should look for evidence they might have left behind. Let me know as soon as you're done. Can I actually talk to the onlookers now? Doesn't seem like it. Perhaps the reporter or the policeman? Maybe the policeman can provide some form of info. Emerald City's become a strange place to protect and serve. The boys in blue are hired by the department itself. Riot control, on the other hand, come from private armies controlled by big corporations. Security companies only ran by former supervillains, openly ran. Brute force for the sake of the citizens, or so they say. I fear the day they decide to change sides. Yeah, why did everyone decide that they want supervillains in charge of their security and things like that? I like these holographic barriers, but this one is broken. Maybe I can slip past. The checkpoint seems to have an integrated biometric scanner. Anyone other than the ECPD goes through it, and off go the alarms. Useful to stop people from snooping. But it's busted. The checkpoint seems... Yeah, that's the same thing. Maybe I didn't read the busted barrier the first time. Looks like there's a loose cable. Should come in handy. Hey, did I just find a thing? Hey, look at that. I got a crumpled pack of smokes, a leather wallet, and nothing else. I don't think I actually have... I don't think I actually found those wires. Super Crimes badge. Oh, yeah, look at that. Proud to be part of the division. Can you show that to the policeman? I don't see the point. Okay, well, let's talk to the reporter, maybe? He's busy, better not bother him. Why didn't I get the wire that I found? Looks like there's a loose cable. Should come in handy. Oh, is that it here? Do I have to click specifically on it? No, I can't seem to make that work. The blood, though. There's blood splattered off the wall. Maybe that's what Detective Maker when he meant not being able to fully inspect the area. But how can I reach that clue? With your cigarette, of course. Burgers. Better investigate all the burgers. So many different types of burgers. That one just looks like a donut. 100% Festum Sigma Xenomorph meat. The best burgers, free of interdimensional parasites, crunchy and delicious. I don't know if I want a crunchy burger. That's usually not what I go looking for. Hey kids, I'm a cop. I'm a cop. Doesn't really seem to do anything. Can I flash the badge at them? ECPD, freeze. Whoa! Oh yeah, it worked. Oh, the cat ran away too. What did I just do? What a fright. Who is she? She looks like an old hen. She's not a cop. Keep playing. Let's keep playing. It's my turn. Ignoring me, huh? Brats. What the shit, the cat ran away and now there's some woman just chilling out the window, though? Why don't you get these scoundrels away from here? Shoo, shoo, you little criminals. Believe me, ma'am, I'd like nothing more to put them away for good, in a deep, dark dungeon. Did I say that out loud? What's the point of you cops, then? First it was that creep from last night, now it's these damned rascals that... Hey, where's Footpad? Footpad? Yes, Footpad, where are you, Footpad? Don't worry, ma'am, he just got spooked. I'm sure he'll be back. Why don't you tell me about the creep from last night? Footpad! Here, Footpad! I made you Madouken for breakfast. Listen, I really need to ask you about Footpad. Guess I'll have to find the stupid cat before she bursts every eardrum into 5-block radius bad. Alright, where'd that cat go? I think this little demo is not that big, so he probably hadn't got that far away. Well, he's clearly right there, hiding cat. Just give him a quick grab. Can't imagine a scenario where this doesn't end with a nasty scar. Maybe I can find something to get its attention. A pack of cigarettes, perhaps. Perhaps just this crumpled cigarette hiding cat? Nope, that's not going to do it, huh? Well, I'm sure I can look around for some kind of food. I guess I should try flashing my badge at other people. Not for the onlookers. How about Zeet? No? Really? This Arrow Strike cigarette with auto light has seen better days. It seems like the auto lighter is intact. So I could use that to light something on fire, I suppose. Listen to me, you butt-faced numbskulls. Showing off your famous communication skills with kids? I'd lock them up if I could. They're just kids, let them play. All of them. All of the kids in the city. Stupid, spoiled little monsters. I like how he was yelling over at you from across the way, being like, hey, maybe don't go harass the local children. Hey, maybe I can chill this guy out with a moldy, gross-ass cigarette. I don't see the point. I do. It's to chill him out. Oh, I didn't actually interact with the trash can before. I only looked at it. Some sticky Xenomorph burger wrappers, a few empty energy biocells, and... Whoa. Hey, this could come in handy. Laser reading unit was added to the inventory. So it'll show me where lasers are at? I just need a power source and a new lens to make it work. This old robotic sensor could prove useful. The lens, however, is quite damaged. I don't remember seeing anywhere with lenses in particular, but maybe someone else would be interested, like this robot guy might want it. I don't see the point. Does anyone want this old busted up thingadoer? I tried. I did really. It's just that, no. Ooh, maybe I can rig it up to this busted wire? Does that make sense? Hey, oh, okay, shit. What did I do? What was that? Was that lightning? Wow. Nobody's dead. The laser device is charged, and Zeet didn't even notice if I fried his Metabot. A personal best. It seems that the lens has fallen to the ground. Do I just automatically pick up the lens? Is this it? Charged reading unit. This old robotic sensor could prove useful. The lens, however, is quite damaged. It's got the same kind of crystal thing on it that my whatever inventory thing has. What did you dropped a lens or something? Can I pick that up? Oh, here it is. Grab that up, please. Can I investigate the Metabot and see that he's totally ruined now? It looks like Zeet is into the latest gadgets. Nope, nothing wrong with that. Oh, the lens just fell off the Metabot. I thought more happened to it than that. Screw this in, throw the useless junk away, tighten the other thing, and we've got ourselves a makeshift laser pointer. Don't know why I would need that. Dimensional interference construction site. At this point in the game, you'll face a puzzle in which you must redirect energy through the circuits of the laser reading unit in order to build a makeshift laser pointer. Since this is a small demo created with no funding whatsoever, we're still ironing out the rough edges, but we strongly encourage you to use your imagination and feel like you solved an intricate, mind-blowing puzzle. If you aren't up for that, you can always search the web for Sudoku or Tower of Hanoi, or simply access a government agency's website and attempt any formality. Well, at least they inserted a little joke in there in place of an actual puzzle. So now, obviously, I'm meant to laser these damn kids, right? Just blast a fucking laser right at their eyeballs. As much as I'd love to blind them with this laser, I'm still a reputable detective, sworn to protect and serve. That and Edric would kill me. Oh, but it's a laser pointer. We can use that to attract the cat, right? That makes sense. Should have realized that sooner, perhaps. Okay, let's overload this processor. Press that. Like, overload the cat. The cat. I'm sorry, Edric. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You stinking gonad. You almost melted my corneas. Oops, I guess. Well, are you gonna come lend a hand maybe here, buddy? Nice aviator jacket. Any of those dumb gorillas in uniform looking? One of them's calibrating a thermal scanner. The other is... Wait for it. Wait for it. Now he's not looking. Is he just flipping that? I'm starting to get too old for this. I think I heard something snap like an old willow branch. Very funny. Let's laugh at the old willow with the cracking back and the burnt eye. Alright. Again. Oops. So we didn't actually even use the laser pointer to get the cat directly. It was like an indirect thing. That's pretty funny. Alright, now that you got your damn cat back, tell me about the creep from last night. Now that Footpad is safe and sound, I need a minute of your time to answer some questions. Safe and sound, you say? More like filthy and scared. He's shaking all over and hasn't even touched his roasted Madokin. And it's all your fault because you can't do your job properly. My bad. These two hunks right there are very good at their job. I can have them take you down to the station if you want. So, what do you want to know, dear? I see we understand each other. So, you said you saw a weird guy around the area last night? What can you tell me about him? Oh, yes, right. I like how she's still shaking her fist. She's never going to stop being mad at those kids. They're going to be bastards till the day they die. Night before the big flash that lit the sky, you know, the explosion that's all over the news. Scary thing, right? As if Inferno himself was back in business. Right before, I see. Did you get a good look at him? He was tall and scrawny, his face covered in some sort of spikes. Oh, and he walked all wobbly, like he was very weak. I thought he was just another one of those grog-chugging lowlifes, but there was something about the way he moved that made my skin crawl. It was all jerky, violent even. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Alright, thank you very much. At least the marble of the window was detached. The marble of the window? I don't know what that means, but gravitational marble? Yes, please? You're gonna give it back to them, aren't you? Oh, you know me so well. They might as well say goodbye to it, right? You do know me very well, after all. It was these kids' marble that was stuck there? I did not know that was a thing. It's actually just a plain old marble. The gravitational part is pure marketing. And the gloves. I suppose it's the gloves that do that part of things. I'm such a criminal mastermind for stealing this marble from those brats. Apparently this marble will be particularly useful in the future. Well, so says the game. You don't know that necessarily, do you, Alanis? You're just guessing. Well, detective, I've determined that nothing is wrong. Everything is fine. I want to know all about this. Perhaps you should ask those people. Before waltzing into a crime scene, I've been working on that. I got my marble already. What more do you want? I wish there was something to indicate that I had reached the end of the game and the end of the demo, at least. Unfortunately, there's nothing indicating that. What if I try to give the marble back to the kids? I said I wouldn't, but serves them right. Those little monsters can kiss their marble goodbye for good. I like the little scowl just sitting there like, damn kids. But I think this is the end of the demo. It's relatively unclear, but it gives you a good sense of the game so far. Well designed, pretty interesting characters, very intricately well laid out world. The small setup that it's given is very satisfying. Lots of intrigue there, so I'm very interested in that. I think I'll have to go give the Kickstarter a closer look myself and see how much I have available to pitch in, because I'm curious to see more of the story of Alanis here. I hope you guys are intrigued as well. I would get Alanis to wave goodbye, but I don't think I have any sort of that depth of control over the character. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.